So here's my real life example that I'm working on. I've always wanted a Lamborghini. Even before I could drive, I love those cars where the doors went up instead of out. And it's always been my dream to have one of those. And a few years ago, I decided to put that on my list, that I would have a red convertible Lamborghini Aventador in 5 years. Now, my originating belief was that I can never have one of those. And of course, all my friends and family were like, yeah, right, you're going to have one of those. So I was pretty far away from really believing that I was going to be driving one of those in 5 years. But I went through this process and I'm getting there. I started out with my first more positive statement, which was, I can buy a red car. So that was pretty easy for me to believe because I had bought a red truck. So why shouldn't I be able to buy a red car? So that was my next statement. So every time I thought about getting a Lamborghini and the thought would start going to my head, yeah, how are you going to make that happen? I would stop it and say, I can buy a red car. I can buy a red car. And finally, every time I thought about my Lamborghini, that was the thought that came to my head. I no longer thought, I'll never have a Lamborghini. I thought, I can buy a red car. So it wasn't too many weeks later, after I started believing that I could buy a red car, that I went out of town and rented a red convertible Camaro. And I loved driving that car. I had the greatest time that week driving around in that car. I felt free and open, and it was just amazing. When I got home, I thought I need to have one of those cars. So let me explain something here. At the time, I didn't have a regular steady income, and I had very little in savings. So it was a stretch, but I really, really wanted that car. And I'm not going to go into all the details here. If you want them, you can click below and email me for them and I can send them to you. But I had that red convertible Camaro in my driveway in a couple of weeks, which was really cool. So my next step was very easy for me. I just made the statement that I drive a hot rod red convertible. Now that was definitely one step closer to my Lamborghini. That step was easy to believe very quickly. And now I'm on to my final step. I can actually believe that in 5 years I will be driving my red convertible Lamborghini Aventador Roadster. And I will post on here when I have it sitting in my driveway. Anyways, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope your process goes as well as mine is going. Check back, write your responses down below, let us know how it's going, and I will see you next week.